Hello and welcome to another lesson on Python. Today we will talk about typecasting, then we will see how to print something in Python, and then how to take input in Python, and lastly we will write our first Python program. So let's begin with typecasting. So typecasting is converting one data type to another. For example, converting string to integer type. And these are of two types. The first one is your implicit, where conversions are performed by compilers without the programmer's intervention. And the second one is explicit. Here the conversions are forced upon, which means that here the programmer intervenes so that one data type can be converted into another. And we need typecasting because during the course of the program we may want to convert one data type to the other. Now gradually you will come across to these kind of things, because in Python whatever the input is, it is in the form of string. Now to convert this string into any other type which is required, this is where typecasting comes into action. So let us now move on to our next topic, where we will try to print something in Python. So let's open our Spyder IDE again. Now to print something in Python, we need a function known as print. So let us see how print function works by taking different values. So first we are about to print a string hello world. Now if you want to print a string, you must enclose it in single or double quotes. That is, you will write print, and inside the print function you will write hello world, that too within double quotes, and voila, your string is printed. Now what if you want to print a number? So in this case you will write print within brackets the number, say 1024, and then you will press enter and you will see that the number 1024 is printed. Now what if you want to print a value which is stored in a variable? So in order to do that, first you need to assign a value to the variable. So let's say we have taken a variable name and we have assigned a string value which is Python. And now if you want to print this Python, what you can do is you can simply write print, and inside the bracket you will write the name of the variable in which the Python is stored, and when you will hit enter, the value to which the variable points to is printed. Now similarly you can use print function to print all the other data types also. And now let's see how to take input in Python. Now let us take an example where we are actually taking an input from the keyboard. Now before moving further, understand this: whatever you are taking an input from the keyboard has to be assigned to a variable. So first we need to define a variable. Let's say we defined a variable name num, and then what we will do is we will assign a value to this num by taking input from the user. So for this we will use input function, and then inside this function we will write an input message. Let us say enter a number, and then we will just press enter. Now here what happens is, as soon as you pressed enter, an input message is displayed where the Python interpreter has asked you to enter a number. Now, what we will do is we will feed some value, and this value will be assigned to the variable num. So let us feed some value like 400, and now if you want to print this value, you will simply write print within brackets num, and the value to which the num points to is printed. Let us now write our first program in Python. Now we will write our first Python program in the script mode. So this is the mode where you have to write the complete code and then you have to just execute it by pressing this green button, or you can simply press F5 button from the keyboard. So let us take an example here. What we are doing here is we will print a string which says hello world, learning Python is fun. So for this we will use print function. Now after writing this piece of code, we have to execute our program. But before we can execute our program, we have to first save our program. So we will just go to file and then we will go to save as, and we will save our program by giving it a suitable name, such as your first program. Remember that every Python program that you are going to save will be saved by an extension py. So your file name will be your first program.py. Now it is important to save your Python program by using .py extension, because the Python interpreter easily recognizes that this file is a Python file. Now after saving it, you press the F5 key or you press this green button, your program will be executed and your output will be displayed on the console. Well, that's all for today. We will meet again with a new topic. Till then, take a very good care of yourself and bye bye.